Welcome to the queue for the United Kingdom Turn 3, Operation Devils Brigade. It's a BBR 4 game. I had $48 to spend. Putting 17 here in India and a fighter, infantry, artillery. I got a factory, a tank, 2 infantry to place at other spots. $5 for the tech was my roll, and I'm saving $2 for next round. So let's move on to combat, which is only one. One combat for Britain. Yeah, but I think I had a second one maybe, but I decided not to do it. So, all right. We have here in the Mediterranean, you can see those airplane markers. So we're going to go after that Italian Navy. Try and remove the scourge from the Med. However, there is a second scourge coming into the Med. So we'll deal with that at a later date, hopefully. All right, so I've got a fighter here from Iraq. 1, 2, 3, so it'll have a movement of 1 left. I have a fighter down here in Sudan, 1, 2, 3, and it'll have a movement of 1 left. We have 2 fighters from Egypt, 1, 2, they'll have 2 left. We have 2 tacticals from Egypt. They will also have 2 left. That's our aircraft in that battle. We've got an aircraft carrier for casualties and 2 cruisers coming up with the naval base. Well, I guess they don't need it. It's only 2 spaces away, so they go into 96. So that is the attack. The defense is a battleship, 2 cruisers, a destroyer, and 2 transports. We're going to need the dice cup for this battle. So let's put our little dice tray in there. First thing up, pain and anguish. Anti-aircraft roll from the battleship. Now look, that is how you roll anti-aircraft for your opponent, right there. I'm loving that. Merry Christmas to me. All right, so for the attack, we have 2 cruisers. We have 4 fighters. And we have 2 tacticals that are boosted. So let's put that in our handy dandy little cup here. Let's see what we get. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. However, I didn't lose any planes to anti-aircraft. All right, so 3 hits. Let's look at what he's got here. Obviously, you lose the destroyer. You can't lose the transports till the end. So the object here, you can have 2 3s. If you take a hit on the battleship and lose a cruiser, you'll have a 2 and a 4. So which is better, 2 3s or a 2 and a 4? Obviously the 2 3s would be better. So that will be the loss there. And I don't think that is an issue. That's how I think most people would do it. Let's see how their return fire is. They have a 4 for the battleship, a 4 for the boosted cruiser, a 3, and a 2. Oh, and they have a 1 for the transports. And they get 2. The 2 4s hit. So that is going to be our carrier. So that will be the losses on that first round. So let's roll the second round, which is 2 cruisers. For some reason, I put my dice back in with all the others. 4 fighters and 2 tacticals. So roll them again, and there is 4 hits, so that battle is over. All right, so they have 2 3s and a 1 left for the 2 cruisers, and that's terrible. Let's roll it the other way. If we'd have taken a hit on the battleship, we would have had a 2, 4, and a 1. which is obviously it's going to be, okay, well, either way, no hits. So that's pretty sad. However, we've been seeing a lot of that here as far as this battles have been going so far. All right, let me get those off the board. No more dice rolling. Let's land our planes. We have 2 fighters that have 1 left. They will land on Malta. The other 2, or movement of 2 left, the other 4 planes will go back to Egypt there. 2 fighters, 2 tanks. All right. So what do we have next? We have non-com moves. So let's start at the right of the map here. And we've got a transport here loaded with some Commonwealth forces. And they will come from Sea Zone 106 at a naval base 1, 2, 3. And we will land in Dutch Suriname here. Oh, of course, you can't see it, can you? I moved it too far. Let's get a roundel, because we're going to claim that territory. That's right. Dutch don't need it. So they are there. Transport is in Sea Zone 88. It came from this naval base, which I guess maybe I'll widen this for the non-com moves so I can get that marker out of there. I already did that. You know what? That was the marker I was going to take Dutch with. All right, oh well. Put this other stuff up. Knocking stuff everywhere. All right, so that is that. We have 2 subs up here. 1 in Sea Zone 110 and 1 in Sea Zone 109. They are both at a naval base, so they will go 1, 2, 3, and they're going to park in Sea Zone 92 with this German fleet. And they can do that because there are no destroyers present. So both subs in the Sea Zone 92. All right, move those back into that Sea Zone where they were. All right, everything else in London stays. We have nothing down here to move. Let's get over here into the Middle East. Get rid of my dice tray. All sorts of casualties in it. All right. 2 infantry on Iran. Load up onto this transport. 1, 2 into Sea Zone 81. And they offload into Egypt. The battleship will follow along. 1, 2. And we have another transport down here in Sea Zone 72, which will go up 1, 2 into Sea Zone 80. We're moving markers as we go. We have an artillery in Iran, which will move to Iraq. All right, so over here in India, we are not at war with Japan, so technically we don't have to worry about them yet. We're going to move 1 infantry from Burma into Shan State. We're going to rail 1 infantry from India, 1, 2, 3, into French Indochina. We are going to step 1 infantry from India into Burma. We are going to move the artillery from Burma back into India. A lot of shuffling going on here. We are going to take 2 infantry from India, and we are going to rail them 1, 2, 3 into Iran. Sorry about reaching in front of the cameras there. So I railed 2 to Iran. I railed 1 to French Indochina, and I have 1 left rail movement. We're going to take this anti-aircraft gun 1, 2, 3 down here into Malaya, and that was off screen, wasn't it? All right, so now that I'm doing that, I'm going to readjust my thinking here. I'm only going to leave 1 in Burma, move that guy back, and then I'm going to step this anti-aircraft gun back into Burma. All right, so the last movement for our turn is this destroyer in C Zone 37. We'll come down 1, 2, 3 into C Zone 54. And he is parked there, hiding. It's kind of camouflaged on this map. All right, so there's our purchases. I think that's it for movement. I'm looking to see if I have any more markers. I do not. All right. So in India, like I said, will be 17 for a fighter, infantry, artillery. So we'll go ahead and put that in here at the factory in India. We have a factory that we're placing in Iran. And our last purchase, or placement here, will be 2 infantry and 1 tank going into our recently built Congo factory. All right, that is it for the movement. As far as our national objectives, we do not get this one. Germany has that one. We do get the 4 for that. So here's the 2 we saved. All right, there's the 2 we saved. So national objectives will be 4. Grab another buck. All right, so now we're going to get our income off the board, which is at 43. All right, so 25, 35, 40. 1, 2, 3. All right, so 43, 4 is 47, 49. So $49 for next turn. We'll be buying tech, and just so you know in advance, I'm going to be buying 5 dice. That is how that's going to look. And normally at this point, I almost always declare war on Japan because I can collect this bonus, but I am not at this time. We have devised a plan that we will enact later on that needs the UK and the Commonwealth in a state of peace with Japan. So there you have that. That'll be for next turn because I'm sure Japan will declare war on everyone on the following turn. All right, that is it for turn 3. Thanks for watching, and Italy will be up. Admiral Balk will have that for you sometime soon.